You're a military commander. You have in your sights the #1 leader of Hamas. Is it legal to drop a missile and kill him? Imagine he's sleeping in bed next to him, his wife, and in the bedroom next door, their children. Is it still legal to drop that missile and kill them all? Is this legal? Is it legal to destroy a whole neighborhood, an entire city, in order to take out, say, 20 terrorists? These may seem like hypothetical questions to you and I, but these are the questions that military lawyers must answer every day, and sometimes they have as little as 30 seconds to do so. My research examines the involvement of military lawyers in targeting operations carried out by the US and Israel. These lawyers have been consulted regularly for the last 15 years, but there are no academic studies or even any journalistic accounts of how these lawyers have become centrally involved in life and death decision-makings on the modern battlefield. So, I traveled to US and Israeli military bases, and I interviewed over 50 senior military lawyers. My research asks, what effect, if any, do these lawyers have on the conduct and outcome of targeting operations? So before I began my interviews and this research, I assumed, as I think many of you might, that these lawyers would make it much more difficult for Israel and the US to drop bombs and kill civilians. But my research actually shows that they make it easier. I know that this seems counterintuitive from a legal perspective, but my research shows that law does not minimize violence, but rather enables, legitimizes, and even extends violence. So let me take you back to the example with which I began, killing the wife and children. In an interview, an Israeli military lawyer told me that in his view that was absolutely legal. And so, in this instance, the law enables their death to take place. It attempts to legitimize and justify their killing to people like you and me, and it also extends violence from a single terrorist to the family, the innocent people around him. So we tend to think of war and law as separate and even oppositional. But my research reveals a whole system of military law, a system which has been kept out of public sight and which has been designed specifically to legally sanction killing and violence. We all know that destruction like this takes place. We've seen it on the evening news. But my research shows how Israel and the US interpret and sometimes even bend the law in order to justify such acts. By exposing the secret world of the military lawyer, my research is a vital first step toward understanding how law has become a potent weapon of modern war. Thank you.